What's good, y'all? It's New Year, so it's only right that we make a good old-fashioned pot of collard greens. This recipe is super easy and super good, just how I like them. So get your pot and let's go. Collards are currently in season, so you shouldn't have much trouble finding them. Now, I found these at a local grocery store, so you should be able to find them at yours as well. They were on sale because of New Year's, so they were right on display. I'll go ahead and leave the rest of the ingredients needed in the description box below, but you really don't need much. These are pretty easy to make. All right, first up we got our smoked turkey leg. Now, you can either do smoked turkey legs or ham hock here. Some people use fat bat in the country, but this is definitely necessary for the greens. Here, I'm gonna add it to a pot and just cover it in water, and that's pretty much all we're gonna need to do here for now. Then I'm gonna throw it on the stove and get this thing cooking while we get the rest of the ingredients ready. Now it's time to get to the main show, them greens. All right, so some people eat the stem on the collards. I don't like them. So you'll see me removing them here. It's pretty easy to remove them. Just take the stem, run your thumb and index finger up the stem to remove the leaf, and then separate it out. Stack them on another cutting board or whatever surface you're using, and that'll make it easier for the next step, which is gonna be rolling them. And you'll see why I'm doing that here in a second. This process does take a bit of time, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed that up for y'all. Now we need to cut our leaves. So to make it easier, what I'm gonna do is roll them first and then slice them. That way we get nice even strips and it'll be nice and quick. This part is kind of up to you as to how big you want your cuts. I don't like huge chunks, so I could do a medium-sized slice. But really up to you, doesn't matter. Some people like them finely chopped, so either way is fine. All right, now that our leaves are all chopped, now it's time to wash them. Now, a lot of people don't know what to do here because I get a lot of questions about this part, but there's a couple of ways to do this. First, you want to salt the water. I don't know why, but that's how my grandma did it, so that's how we're doing it too. And then you can either do it directly in the sink or you can use two bowls. I use two bowls. I just like the two bowls method because I can tell when the water is actually clean a bit better. But either way works. It's fairly straightforward, this process. You're just gonna cut on your water and fill the bowl with your collards and start rinsing them off in that bowl. Next, you're gonna take the collards from that bowl, put them in the clean bowl, and repeat the process. You keep doing this over and over until the water remains clean when you take the collards out of that bowl. Usually it takes about 3 tries or so for me, but it really depends on just how dirty the collards are. But you'll see me go back and forth between the two bowls, making sure I get all of that dirt and grime off of them because you don't want to eat that. Once you've got them nice and clean, go ahead and put them in the bowl and set them aside. Now it's time to cut your onion. Go ahead and finely chop the onion. Don't judge my knife skills here. I'm not a chef, but it'll get the job done. So just make sure it's finely chopped, and then we're gonna go ahead and start adding our ingredients to the pot in just a second. That smoked turkey leg should have been going for a while now, so we can go ahead and add in our ingredients. First, we got 2 tablespoons of sugar to balance out the bitterness of the greens. This is necessary. Then we're gonna go with the liquid smoke. I like a smoky collard green. If you're using bacon, which some people do, you don't really need to use the liquid smoke, I find, but since I'm not using bacon, I am gonna add some. You don't need much since we already got the smoked turkey leg in there, but I do like to add it. And next up, we're gonna add the W sauce. Y'all know what I mean. But I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of this, and that should really be enough. Next, we're gonna go in with some vinegar. I use apple cider vinegar just to give it that twang. To me, it ain't greens if it ain't got that little twang. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with 2 tablespoons here. Not too much, that should be the perfect amount. Now, I also like a little heat, so I'm gonna throw in some red pepper flakes. Not to make it spicy, but just to give it a little kick. This is definitely a preference though, so you don't have to add it at all, or you can add more. but I do like mine on the spicier side. Next, we're gonna go in with some garlic because garlic makes everything better. But I didn't really measure this. I just did it to taste, so you should do that as well. Just a tablespoon or two will do. So you don't need a whole lot, but it does add a good flavor. And then I decided to add a little smoked paprika to it. Not too much, but continuing the smoky trend here. Remember that onion that you chopped up so finely? Well, time to add that in. Go ahead and add it in, and then we're gonna get started in putting in our actual collards. When you put them in, it's gonna definitely look like it's filling the pot, which it should. But don't worry, you want your pot as full as possible here because they're gonna cook down way, way down. So just keep packing them in. I had about 2 bundles of collards, and they all fit in the pot just fine. You're gonna wanna also add some more liquid to the pot. So I use chicken stock just because it has more flavor than plain water, but I also did add a little bit of water in because I ran out of chicken stock. And then you just want to fill up the pot so that your greens are nearly covered, not all the way covered, but just to the edge of them. If I've gotten the greens from the store instead of straight out of the garden, it usually takes about 2 hours to cook down to my liking. That's kind of preference as well. But this is about 45 minutes in. And then after about 2 hours, when I open the pot, this is what we get. As you'll see, they've cooked way, way down. So be glad you filled that pot up. Now you see just how easy it is to make a good old-fashioned pot of grandma's greens with that good pot liquor, the liquid gold. Ooh, you see it. You see it. That's the best part. With some cornbread, whew. But go ahead and fix your bowl. I know I couldn't wait to dig into a bowl of this. But if you did like this video, go ahead and subscribe, comment, and like. There's gonna be plenty more recipes just like this to get you right in the kitchen. Yes, sir.